Loyalty. Here's how it works. Just click on the Radio Loyalty banner right now and sign up. Then, you keep on listening like you already do. But now you earn points. Those points add up, and you can trade them in for stuff in the Radio Loyalty store. Earn more points by sharing your station with friends on Facebook and Twitter, answering surveys, and by using the apps in the New Players App Store. Pretty simple, right? Radio Loyalty. Click that banner to join now.
This is a Poverty ENT exclusive. Next stop, Texaco. Strapped up, you already know. Fuck niggas hate, that's how it goes. Bros with me, yeah, it's time to go.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
My name is Ruth Rusi. I'm a retired teacher. I'm 91 years old, and this is how I live united. I say retired, but not really. Once a week, I read books to children as part of United Way's education program. Reading to a child creates links between languages.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Of all people, I'm not supposed to be here. I told y'all last week I was taking the night off because of a medical procedure I was supposed to have yesterday. Well, just to let y'all know, I am here. I was scheduled for the wrong procedure. I had a procedure, and I'm good. I'm tired. I don't feel good. I'm nauseous.
Being a whole woman. Right.
For anyone who knows going down me, I don't make no excuses. You know what I mean? If I got something I gotta do, I'll make a point to do it. You know what I mean? I should not have come because I'm in a lot of pain, a lot of discomfort. Again, I don't feel good, but I wanted to make a point. Even if I can't stay the whole show, I'm gonna try to stay the whole show. But even if I can't make the whole show, I had to be here for the two fabulous special guests that we have tonight.
I was wondering where your monologues was going.
I'm your host, Mark. Miss T, the busy bee, she will be here momentarily.
And of course, you work that out?
Yeah. And of course, I'm Faun the skater. Wonderful that you guys are always tuning in with us. Thank you for always tuning in every Friday from 7 to 9. Just to tune in with us and see what we got going on the Skylyne radio show. And tonight, we are still doing our Women's Week Wednesday. You know, we still talking about amazing women that are doing wonderful careers. And we have two phenomenal women that are here today.
Y'all know exactly what this week is?
International Women's.
Thank you. You know how many women do not know?
Do you not notice my purple sweater?
I saw a woman in 7-Eleven.
That's the only thing I had this purple.
I love purple.
Down the street, on the corner. Like we're on this side of the corner of the courthouse. The 7-Eleven on that side of the courthouse. I paid for my soda. Put my medicine in it. Made a soda. Paid for it. Yeah. Anyways.
And then what happened?
Yeah.
He went to the store and something happened, guys.
I went to walk out and she was like, "What? I'm just a guest." And I went to open the door and I looked and she was like, "I'm sorry, I'm on the phone." I said, "No, I'm sorry. You're not a guest. You're a special guest. Matter of fact, do you even know what's going on this week? She said, no. I said, man, it's all about women this week. This week is all about professional women. She was like, really? I said, man, you better ask somebody. You ain't no special guest. You ain't just a guest. You a special guest. Man, matter of fact, you VIP. You need to make that happen. She said, baby, thank you. I said, no, I had to let you know. Because I got to go to this radio show. And I got to ask my ladies, do y'all know what this week is? And I pray to God, one of them knows what's going on. So, we're here.
International Women.
We
That's
got
right.
Miss Be Inspired.
That's right.
Hey, hey, everybody.
For y'all that don't know, she is my radio mentor. Because if it wasn't for her, Skylyne Radio with Mark, Miss T, the Busy Bee, and Faun the Skater would not be here.
That's right. All homage to Miss Be Inspired.
And then we got my girl. You listening?
Oh my gosh, we go so far.
Dr. Wren. Yeah. She worked hard for that time.
I know that's right. Me back,
Dr. Wren.
back
We've
when
known each other for what?
I don't
15
know,
years?
15 at least. Even
Yeah, we go
though
way back.
me and Faun go further back.
No.
Really? We've known each other since we were like 9.
That's it, so.
I love it. Oh my
A
god.
few weeks ago, if y'all weren't watching, we had a couple special guests on the show. Come to find out, we did a family tree.
Wow.
One of the special guests, come to find out, is her cousin.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
More family members coming on through there. All family.
Shout out.
That is amazing.
Watch this. Shout out to Tynika Denise.
Wow.
And if y'all ain't seen her post, she got big things coming up. You need to hit her up. You need to hit up Tynika Denise.
Yeah.
I remember.
She doing big things in the gym.
Yeah.
Trying to tell you.
Oh, well, that's where I need
That's
to
what
be
I'm
because
saying.
when I tell you, I am starting to feel my age. It's real. It is
It's
real.
real.
Well, I want to say to you, ladies, thank you for spending your evening with us.
Oh, my pleasure.
You know, you could be anywhere else,
Absolutely.
but you decided to come here
Yeah.
and share your 2 hours with us. And I want you guys to get engaged. Ask them questions. we always checking out the feed online, so just go ahead and send us questions, and we can just, you know, you can either know our guests a little bit more. But like I said, thank you, ladies, for still coming out. Appreciate it, because you didn't have to do that, you know. Thank you.
My pleasure. It was good. I'm not used to getting up this
Oh,
early and coming to the station, so it was really this was a new change of pace. Like, I mean, a few years ago, when Be Inspired was the show before mine, you know, I would come home. I get home, you know, I come in the house somewhere between 3:30 and 5. And and you know, I'd lay back, and then about 7 is when I get up. I turn your show on while I was getting myself together to leave back out the house, and I would always laugh because I'd say it every week, and she was probably tired of hearing it. I never hear the end of your show. I had to leave to come here. You know, and I come running in the studio, you know, and go like this, because we used to have like the window.
Yeah.
So like I would come running in the studio. I catch like the last
Y'all just catch each other at the end, right?
Yeah, I would catch like the last 5 minutes of her show. You know, it was always like a joke because like I was like, y'all, I have to be cleaner because they're still here. You know, like, you know, sometimes she would have young people or people like I really respected, and not that I wouldn't still talk about these things, but just not in the relaxed way I would on my own show.
I totally
Yeah, we know.
But they know because I gave them the whole lecture
She gets
before
it
they
in.
started.
This is rated
I said, now listen.
She's rated R.
I'm rated NC-17.
Right.
Rated R.
But she
Look,
raw,
I've
guys.
seen
You know,
one of your
she keeps it
clips.
real. She keeps it real.
You had a guest on your show was asking questions about Miss T, the Busy Bee. and you was like, I think she's spoken for.
Well, I mean, people ask me all sorts of questions that are never quite what I expect them to be. Like, I guess, like, I see things very liberally. And not that I necessarily even well versed in everything. You know, people assume that I am, but I'm just really good in like a few things. You know, you know, you can't.
You're a doctor.
But in one thing.
She worked hard for that time.
Yes, and we are very proud of you.
But in one thing, not like I know people who have like.
Right.
You know,
I think it's refreshing though to have those different perspectives. So even if it's somebody who doesn't think like you.
Oh, I absolutely welcome
right.
You know, because I look at the question
the interaction.
and I ponder like I mean have deep thought. I was thinking about one question the whole way down here. Today I only live like 5 minutes away, but still the whole way here I didn't want to like mess with anybody's like your perspectives. I mean like some of us are coming like way further. You know, I'm I live on like damn near on the same street, like it's right there.
Really? Around the corner.
Like literally around the corner, like like the minimum charge Uber ride, right?
Right on the crowd hours,
right? Whatever that minimum charge is, that's where you are.
Lucky you.
I stay within the minimum charge.
Drive to get here. I'm like near Towson.
Yeah.
Like I got a circle within which I will live. And for the things that I do, I have to be within the minimum of the Uber. You know what I mean? So that I have options for Uber, bus, drive, walk.
Oh,
like I need to have
cost effective.
I need to have options.
That's right. She needs her options.
I need options because I don't know what's going to be going on in my life that day.
Right.
You know, I need to be.
I got you.
Like life
I'm
is
glad
real.
you close by. You know, she had to leave early. Like I had to. I had to leave like 6:15 to get here. She's
When
like,
you saw the time that I text you all,
6:55, I'm here.
right. The first time that I text you all the first time and say what time, because I have to start preparing to be there
mentally and physically.
Several hours early. I was still on site. Like, wait, before I even go in my house, while I am still in this cold weather, let me find out so that I can mentally prepare, because I did not want to be more than 5 minutes late. Because I knew I was going to be late.
Well, thank you for being so punctual.
Right.
Dr. Avery.
You know yourself. You can prepare.
I knew I was going to be late. And like by the time I text, I was already 5 minutes behind.
Right. But we're proud that you made it.
I was already. I have brought the country up here. I take the long way. I'm just like, forget that. I got time.
Totally got you.
So since I know that.
I love your shirt, Miss B Inspired.
Whoa, okay, so since you mentioned
that is pretty dope. I love it.
Wait,
I love her shirt. I just noticed she was so colored.
I want to give a shout out to my best friend Kendra. I hope she's watching. If not, please catch the replay because I'm giving you a shout out. She actually purchased herself one and me. She saw it in the store.
Oh, wow.
And I could not believe it. I was stunned. I was like, oh my God. I was like,
just so happy to have more. Be inspired.
Right. Yes, it just happened. I was like, do they have more? Because I'm finna buy all of them.
Right. Oh
okay.
God.
So, yes, this Be Inspired shirt.
Does it have a tag? Like, does it manufacture?
Yeah.
I'm like, does it? You know, like,
how perfect though? Like, how perfect though? To find a shirt that's exactly your name.
Yeah, it was.
No, I was getting ready to look that up, so I feel like I wanted one too. Like, we just have a tag. Like, how do we find this?
Must say that I am so grateful that we found this. And every time I go on a show, because I mean, eventually, that's what I want to do. I want to do T-shirts that represent my brand. And for those who do not know, I am Miss Be Inspired. And my company is Be Inspired Global LLC. So it was just by coincidence that she found this shirt.
That is too awesome.
And I was
couldn't have been more dead on.
Yes, and even the colors.
Like that's dead on.
I love it.
Like all the colors I love. So yeah.
It's not like too bright.
Nope.
Like you said, what God has for you, it is for you. And that was for you.
We're all gonna be walking around repping your brand. Like, hey, we love the shirt.
Oh,
So
God, I
yes,
love it.
that's what this is, and I'm excited, and I'm happy to be here. You know, when you
Let
come
us
back
know
to
when your
somewhere.
t-shirts are out.
Oh,
so
I
we
sure
can,
will. I sure will.
yours are gonna be better, even better than that.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, yeah, but she does her own. But she her own
Thank
thing.
you, Lord. I received that.
You know, like they're gonna be better than those. But not that these aren't great, because we loved it.
Yeah.
Yours are gonna be better.
Yeah, I like that.
But
I was like, wait a
yeah.
minute.
So I'm just glad to be here. You know, when I came in, it was like, it felt like I never left. You know,
That's how it always is.
Yeah, right.
That's how it felt.
And that UNG's
Yeah, that's what I always say. It's like
Yeah.
we feel like we never left. Every
Yeah.
time, you know, we come back from commercial break, we say that all the time.
Oh, from commercial
We back like we never left. We always like we back like we never left.
from commercial break.
Then I was like, oh,
Oh my gosh, yes. My God.
I guess this is an indication of what the night is going to be. We just
Right.
back and forth the
Oh
whole time.
my God.
What?
You guys are funny. I think, you know, it's such a blessing to be here, really. Like, because I have known you guys, like, the majority of my life. You
We
know,
grew up
in and out.
together.
We literally grew up
Wow.
together. She used to wear
Y'all grew
inline
up together,
skates.
right?
I did the inline
She
skates.
had-
and I
she
did
went
that when I
inline
was a
skating.
kid. And I still do it.
Do you really? Like,
Well, I still skate. But
she was
not-
one of the first people I knew
You ain't
who
seen her
rode.
videos?
What's that?
You ain't seen her video?
Oh, my skate videos. They
Oh,
love my
wait a
skate
minute.
You
videos.
seen the movie ATL, right? Yeah.
I don't post those. Not as much
Sounds
as I've been kind of busy, but a lot of my videos are on my Instagram, which is freespirited_Faun. So yeah, you can check me out on that one too. But I do post a lot of videos as well. But yeah, I did. I had the inline skates.
And, I mean,
when
let me put this
I
in
was starting
perspective.
back
We
then.
were in like 3rd, 4th, maybe 5th grade. Like, we were young. We were children.
Yes,
Elementary
kids.
school.
Like elementary school, and our parents would, her mom, I always remember her mom. Her mom would drive, I remember my mom too, because my mom would never get out the car. Her mom was so sweet. Like, she would make sure that Fanya got in safely, and then she was like, okay, and she had what she needed, and then she would very hesitantly leave. I loved her mom.
Oh, thank you. Shout out to my mother.
I did. I loved her mom.
She's still the same way. Nothing has changed.
I mean,
She's still my
I
mom.
loved her mom.
Faun the skater's mom.
Right.
Oh, Miss
Big
Fern,
ups.
Miss Fern. We
Big
love
ups.
Miss Fern.
Like,
Miss
I did.
JB.
You know, I did. I loved her
We
mom.
love
Thank
Randall,
you.
Dr. Lynn's mom. Yeah.
That's right.
Big ups.
We've escaped since kids, guys.
It's
So
a
like,
family.
I gotta give a little shout out to mom, because so that I could spend this time with her, which we actually spent time, like, we were friends. Like, that's, we came there and hang out together. My mom would drive from Annapolis to Baltimore, pick me up, and continue to drive to drop me off in Towson.
now
Wow.
this not when I had the Browns Club. This not when I had the Browns. I had my own little club as a kid. This might not have been the Browns Club time. Yeah, and you probably didn't have. You probably part of the Brown
remember,
clubs, but yeah,
I can't
skating is still. It's always around. It's always around.
And I stuck with it. Like, we skated like every weekend. I stuck with it clear till I left for college.
Wow.
And then it was like, yeah, I can't do this. Like, this is too much.
All right, ladies.
Wow, really?
You know we gotta do that thing.
Yep.
We're about to take
What about
a very quick commercial break, guys. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
BigExposedRadio.com.
Check out this snippet from the new season of Talk Lately with Monty about Jennifer Holliday.
Anyway, let's get back to
Yeah, well, what I wanted to say is that I can understand 100% where Jennifer Holliday is coming from, and that's sort of kind of where my 20% came from. When I basically came out and said who I voted for, I received a lot of backlash. Even on my own talk show, which comes on every Monday from 5 to 7 p.m., I was called a coon. Okay, yeah, shout out for the plug. But yeah, someone actually, you know, they told CJ Bernie that I was a coon, and that really hurt me. I've been called everything from a fat whatever and everything, but someone actually commented on his Facebook
I didn't even say that. That's kind of rough.
Called me a coon, but it's
coon?
like I like you. It's crazy because I just feel like someone like Jennifer Holliday. I understand why she stepped down, but I'm kind of upset with her because I think she still should have performed. You know, if you're going to jump out there, then stand in your truth. Don't let no one stop you or change your mind about anything. And listen, no one put a gun to her head and made her sign on for that. But it just seems like, you know, she was basically, she was bullied.
But see, the thing about it is they will put a gun to her head to not do it.
I don't think so.
Well, that's what the threat says. You got to say, it's why it's called a threat. You don't know the hypotheticals in there that could happen to you.
Why do you think
she's not a well-known singer, so she's not going around with security. As soon as she goes to get her tracks at the mall,
right?
Pow!
Right, but at the same time,
we got a whole bunch of dead cats.
Yeah, but like what she said in the footage, you know, today on The View was basically it's not white people who was threatening her. It was us who was threatening her.
Right. Where do you think she live? I think she live in Atlanta.
Exactly.
They gonna get her at the Ku Klux Klan mall and drag her by her hair. You know her hair made a cat. She got the new weave.
I don't have Jennifer Holliday money, honey. I don't know what it might be because it's. I don't got Jennifer Holliday money, but me personally, I feel as though, you know, like I said, once I kind of came out, and even being on this show, because I'm pretty sure the headline says Trump supporter, I'm putting a lot of myself out there. You know what I'm saying? So I get it.
Every Tuesday at 7 p.m. only on BeExposedRadio.com.
White keys only have this bitch jumping.
If I sit around, hold up. Look. If I sit around, hold up. Yeah. Rebel rock. If I sit around, I'ma smoke some more. Wasn't even thinking about smoke before, but I'm in my head and I'm in the bed. Don't know who I am, like I'm wearing a mask. Work them old, tell them where the cash. If you wear the cash, tell them where the cash. If you playing for you, gon' run it back. Don't make promises, but I promise that. Don't promise me, cause I ain't into that. Fell in love with that and got hurt from that. Now it's all over and the curtains back. Can't see you not noticing that. I'm letting it go, it ain't holding me back. Yeah, I'm on dice, but ain't come for the crack. Drinking with uncle, we only do jack. How I'm alive, I thank God for that. Praying about it, things getting better. Open it up with my name on the letter. Why you crazy about it? Saying whatever, you shy to be you. You know you gotta be you. Sometimes I need privacy too. Yeah, you know I ride. You know I ride, and you know you ride for me too. Yeah, you know I. Look, you like getting that hit for real. When it's me and Murray, just us, we chill. I'm in a rush to get off to get you. Never ever had to floss to get you. Pay the dues that it cost to kiss you. Rug burns on the carpet with you.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
you can't even see the top of that thing.
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com.
I was meeting with a friend yesterday, and I've gotten to the point where don't ask me a question because the truth is going to come out.
Exactly.
Just don't do it.
If you ain't looking for the truth, don't come to me.
Don't do it because I can't hold my tongue. And she wants to be this stylist, boutique, but you're not doing anything in that nature, and I can't take you seriously if you're not doing those things. And I understood why people didn't take me seriously, because I found myself in somebody else's lane. I was good at what I was doing and what I wanted to be, but I wasn't doing it for me. So how can I ask you to take me seriously if I'm living in somebody else's shoes?
And nobody can do what you do, and I think that that's a big problem that people face now. Like, you see what somebody else is doing and you want to do that when that's not your lane.
That's not your lane.
That's not what you're supposed to be doing.
But it's popular, it's getting that person money, it's getting that person applause. Oh, I want applause, I want money, let me stand over here behind them.
And then a lot of times people aren't honest with themselves either. Like, I was thinking earlier today, I've been woke for almost 2 days, so
So you get on the seat, yes. And I was thinking, like, you know,
the Artist Exchange Radio Show.
Skirt, 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 skirt. Start, skirt, 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 start, start. I be up in the way. 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 Running on my face. Gucci guilty on my face. I be up in the way. 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 Bedroom phone ring, girl in t-shirt answers me. I get off on the way that she answers me. First time saw her, I knew she was the one for me. Ever since then, we've been vibing on some chemistry. It's just a matter of time. I know she feeling my vibe. I got the keys to her ride. She put her hands on my thigh. She got that look in her eye. SL what I'm riding. Royalty, call me highness. All day and overnighted. Cause it's crunch time when I'm grinding. This Adderall got me nauseous. Proceed with caution. Tired of lanes, I'm exhausted. Poppin' Zanny Zan, sipping out the faucet. I'm confused, don't know what I'm doing. Wait, what I'm doing? Got me going, where the I'm going. Out of space, where I'm going. Wait, where I'm going. Wait, where I'm going. Out of space, where I'm going. Out of space, where I'm going. I'll be up in the way. 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 Running on my face. Gucci guilty on my face. I'll be up in the way. I'll be up in the way. I'll be up in the way.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is, because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org, because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Here's what you missed on Salacious Life Radio.
You know, when it comes to your children, especially if you're dating someone that you actually like, you do want it to work. So you're gonna hope and encourage the relationship between your child and that person because you like that person, you know, so you're gonna hope for the best. I mean, sometimes it just doesn't work and you can't make it work. You can't force it. It's like a branch. You keep bending it. Eventually it'll snap, and even if you put it back together, it'll never be what it once was. But you definitely pray on it. You hope for the best, you know, because like nobody wants to spend the rest of their life alone just because that a particular relationship didn't work out, but you had this beautiful creature as a result of it, you know. But you don't want to necessarily spend and you're not all of a sudden a bad person. You're not all of a sudden not going to fulfill this other person's needs.
You, madam, are a harlot and a scoundrel.
Because I had one kid while I was still married. Like,
but what if you?
I take that back.
What if the situation turns around the other way? So you ready for your child to meet? They meet the person, and this person is a giver. So this person's buying your child lots of gifts and wanting to.
I would usually.
Do you
like,
let?
You don't like if it's a birthday or some sort of holiday or something like that. Okay, and they want to get them a few things or get them something. Okay, but just on like a regular basis, like unless it's like Nestle's Quick. or something that you can get from like, you know what I'm saying, or like Kit Kats or something like that. Like, no, don't spend a lot of money
It's
on.
unrealistic. See, I'm sorry.
It's unrealistic. Like, don't try to buy his.
Tune in live to Salacious Life Radio every Wednesday from 9 to 11, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
This unknown to find who we really are. Crash into something new and take a break from our broken heart. Talk with the hip, tell me you lie. I think we should go for another round. Baby, try not to say too much. Let your love come down. If you wanna rule, it's some rules you gotta live by. Live by. Stay true to your cool, make a move, don't wait on nobody else. And if it feels like a melody, sing a song in my radio. And if you follow me there, I'll follow you back. Let the night unfold. I can tell that she can't get enough. Show enough, she couldn't get the feels off from me. Oh no, she couldn't get the feels off from me. Touching hands till we dance in the dark. Show enough, she couldn't get the feels off from me. We do whatever you like. Get the feels off from me. Oh no, she couldn't get the feels off from me. You and me alone to find who we really are. Crash into something new. I got that late bringing up the car. Told me you kiss, told me you lie. I think we should go for another round. Baby, I wanna take you, but we gotta cruise so we can lose the crowd. If you wanna rule, there's some rules you gotta live by. Live by. Stay true to your cool, make a move, don't wait on nobody else. And if it feels like a melody, sing a song in my radio. And if you follow me there, I'll follow you back. Let the night unfold. I can tell that she can't get enough. Show enough, she couldn't get the feels off from me. Oh no, she couldn't get the feels off from me. Touching hands till we dance in the dark. Show enough, she couldn't get the feels off from me. We do whatever you like. Get the feels off from me. Oh no, she couldn't get the feels off from me.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Spring has sprung, because you know this weekend is spring forward that Saturday night. You know what's going on at Sangria this Saturday, 4 to 8. Pajama Jam party.
Oh my.
4 to 8.
I got a skate performance this weekend.
Yeah.
In Baltimore?
My son's birthday weekend.
Because I was like, you know what? This is in downtown Baltimore. I'm like, you know what?
It's at 11 o'clock. Is that 11 o'clock?
Man, you come on.
She's still squishy. We're on?
That's the cute thing. Yeah, we on.
Hey guys!
Oh, hi.
Thank you guys.
We were talking. We were like really good.
Watch this. Bloopers.
I know, as always.
Ain't nothing like a radio show unless you got bloopers.
Hey
right,
guys.
There's no little red light to tell us when we're back.
Thank you guys for tuning in to the Skylyne Radio Show. We appreciate you always tuning in every Wednesday from 7 to 9.
We got Miss Be Exposed.
Be inspired.
Be inspired.
Miss Be Inspired. Miss Be Inspired.
That's okay. I have a shirt on that will remind you
what it says.
It used to be Me Exposed Radio. It's Miss Be Exposed Global now.
Be inspired.
Be inspired global.
See, you know what?
Be inspired global.
Just stop.
It's all right.
Bloopers.
And we also have
And then we got
Dr.
Salacious Couch.
Oh, you said it right. I thought you meant it.
Doctor is in the
No,
building.
because it's funny. Every week she was right before me, and like she called that show something different.
I did.
just about every Philly.
I'm gonna get this right.
She called it. She always got the salacious part right, but that L word would be something different. And I looked for. I used to get there. Didn't I get there? I used to get there like 20 minutes early just to hear her say it. And right? I'd be like, I'm sorry. It's okay.
Oh my God! At least I attempted to give the shout out.
You did every week.
I was like,
she was like,
I would try to build the show up for her. Like, y'all like this show?
She would get me pumped up.
Yeah, I bet she did.
And that show used to be crazy when she was right before me. Like, I'm so much more calm now.
Oh, good.
I used to have all kinds of things happening.
Oh, but not anymore.
No.
But you know what? If you don't know who Miss B Inspired is, this was once her radio show. Yes. And she wonderfully handed it over to T, to Mark and myself to take over her slot. Yeah. So we want to thank you for doing that, for holding it down for those 3 years.
Thank you.
For 3 years.
I love. Watch this. Y'all ready? You ready?
What are we ready for?
Shout out to my man Blizzard.
Yes. Oh my God.
Shout out to my man Blizzard.
Blizzard.
Oh man, I haven't seen Blizzard.
We had a solid team.
We had some good times.
We had a solid team.
When me and T came on here, we had some good times.
I remember that night y'all came on
what, 2 or 3 times?
Yeah.
Well, I remember at least a night.
Wow.
I remember a night where you came on. We had our thing.
Oh,
was it Christmas or Thanksgiving?
The party we had.
I had to cook. I remember that.
Yeah, we did. Because it was potluck. Everybody brings something.
So, Miss B Inspired, what is life like now without this wonderful radio show? What have you been doing now with your wonderful life? Because she has been doing amazing things, guys. I'm telling you. Yeah, we're proud of her. We are watching.
She's been doing big things.
Y'all should be watching.
Yeah.
Hey, before you get started.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh.
And I'm proud of you. Yeah. Thank you for handing us your baby.
Yeah.
But I'm proud of you for taking it to the next level.
Yes, thank you.
It means a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
And you doing it. You doing big things over there.
Be Inspired Global.
I didn't want to say it wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, you doing big things over there.
So what's going on with you? What's new?
Wow. So yes.
How's life now, Miss B Inspired?
Life is different. It's so different. I feel for once in my life I'm really in the flow of my purpose.
Okay.
The flow of my destiny, what I'm here to do. And I know there's more to unfold, but right now at this time in my life I have never been so at peace with myself as I am now.
Okay.
And for several reasons. For one, I left that good old 9-to-5 job back in May of 2018.
Ooh.
And let me tell you,
leave that COVID.
What did you do?
That COVID pressure alone. Proud of you.
Yeah, it was a lot. There are a lot of demands when you work in that kind of environment.
You can't even really be, creative in them kind of environment because you're so under so much mental stress. You don't get a break mentally, and then you lose yourself. You got your own dreams.
That's right. Yeah, that's an interesting point because one of the things I did say was that I felt like my creativity was being sucked right out of me, being in that environment every day. And to answer your question, Wren, I was a project manager when I left. I was working for the federal government.
Okay.
And so I was a project manager, and so
serious,
high profile projects that we had to work on. A lot of them that were legislated down to us right from the White House. So there was a lot of demand on me. But when I started this radio show 3 years ago, I fell in love with broadcast media. And at that moment, I knew that it was built for me.
Good.
And I knew even more because it just seemed like God just opened up door after door after door. I wasn't even trying at times, but people were seeing what I was doing on this platform and how I was building a team, and you know, how I gave Be Exposed the shout outs because I appreciated this platform. And they were like, you know, can you come speak, or can you come do this, or whatever. And so the doors just began to open, and then I got to meet so many amazing people right at the radio show. And so from then on, what I really desired to do was give other people the same opportunity that I had. And so Be Inspired Global, it's a media production, and it's a media consultant and production company. So we train professionals who want to get into the industry, or if they're already in the industry, they can sharpen their iron. You know, so as a matter of fact, I'm gonna do a little plug. On March the 16th, family, 2019, from 11 to 3 p.m. at the Palladium, we are doing a broadcast media workshop. Your voice, your brand, your message. And another one of my good girlfriends, Deborah Franklin, is going to be one of the instructors. So she is going to be the featured instructor for this workshop. So what I'm doing is every other month or every couple of months, I'll be offering these workshops. And so a lot of people who are already in the broadcast media industry, they're coming because they want to know. Like, honestly, I'm grateful for Be Exposed because, you know, we have a Nate, I'm giving you a shout out, you know, who took the time to sit down and really mentor me. But I do realize there are other professionals who didn't get that type of training when they got into the industry. They were offered a show, but they weren't given the training. So that's the perspective where I'm coming from. And so I had a lot of interest in this workshop. I didn't realize how needed it was, you know? So yeah, so we're doing that. So March the 16th, you can go to www.beinspiredglobal.media to register. Is just $20, but I'm hoping to pack the place out. And so Be Inspired Global, we're doing some production work, we're doing some public relations work. We have a couple of clients that are signing on for us to help to represent them. And so that's that part of my business. Be Inspired Global LLC. We have a whole team. We have an office on West Lombard. Tell me God ain't good, because he is. That's right. But yes, West Lombard Street, we have an office there, and that's where we're doing our work. And then I am a senior beauty consultant with Mary Kay. I'm so excited about that. Yes, that's a new phase of my life because I believe in having more than one stream of income. Period. Okay. Especially in this day and age, in this economy.
We were just talking about having to juggle to be able to afford to do the things that we really, really desire, and that's not necessarily a fortunate thing. You know, we shouldn't have to choose between a really good meal.
Exactly.
Europe.
You know,
so
you can't, you know, it's hard to decide on that one.
So you gotta have more than one income.
I love that idea.
You have to. And so that's for me. You know, I'm not opposed to working to get what I know I need. So the Mary Kay has been a blessing. I'm trying to get to that pink, not just the Cadillac, but the Escalade. I'm trying to get the Escalade.
That's right. The pink Escalade.
And so, yeah, that's my life. There's so many other moving parts to it. I'm still doing Wisdom on the Wall, the nonprofit organization. I'm the chief media officer for that. Goodness, just speaking and doing just, you know, my life is still unfolding. That's the exciting part. Day by day.
You are becoming inspired.
I'm becoming inspired. And I'm on this new journey where I'm growing my hair out. So you'll see me wearing wraps and things like that because I don't know what I'm doing next with my hair. Just stay tuned.
That's right. Nothing like rocking your own. You know what I mean?
I never know what to do with this thing.
And I still haven't figured out how to get my wraps together, you know, like how to get it tied in a certain way.
I'm pretty good at that. I just prefer, like, I like the halo look, but Yeah, I got good at it with
That's the only one I know how to do is the halo. That's it.
The halo. I like the halo.
That's the only one you get. That's all you getting.
Well, you know, when you go buy a piece of fabric, and I mean, the ladies can probably contest. I don't know if you do, but you go buy a piece of fabric for your hair, right? So you get something, I don't know, like 3-4 yards long, right? Well, when you have locks like down to your wrist, getting them up inside of that little piece of fabric is hard work, and you have to like allot yourself time to try to get the things up in. So I got good at it because I don't have time because I'm gonna be late. You know what I mean? Like
you ain't got all that hair.
It takes.
But now I don't have all that hair
yet. But it's coming.
I believe her hair grows fast. Your hair grows fast, doesn't it?
You getting ready to do big things. If you talking about it, you be about it. I give you that.
I grow my hair out. I definitely would do that.
Yeah.
Are y'all ready? Y'all ready?
Yes.
Check this out.
We can account for each other.
We getting ready to pay these bills.
Accountability partner.
We getting ready to take this break. You want to take us out, Faun? I guess not.
I was like, what was
we'll
that?
Be right back.
Stay tuned, guys. We'll be back.
At what? BigExposedRadio.com.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin' Street? Girlin' Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Join the Just a Bit Outside crew every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com.
You want to start off?
I think I'll get it out of the way on a who's not.
Okay, do it.
The Orioles.
Right.
They got swept by the Royals. They lost 4 in a row, and the last 5 games have all been decided by 1 run. The game before, or the last game that they lost before the Royals was the Nationals, and it was Weeders, of course, one with a home run.
Hit the home run.
Right.
They're going into that national series. It seemed like they were doing so well, and they just crapped out. They got that game postponed, so who knows when they're going to replay that or play that game. That's my first not for the night.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and weigh in on my who's not, and I'm going to talk about the San Diego Padres.
The Padres. That's okay. You just took my answer.
They're in last place in the NL West. They've lost 8 of their last 10. Their run differential is a negative 65, which is just horrible. So when you have well, let me just talk about run differential a little bit. It's kind of like the how
much you're winning or losing your games by, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. It's like the margin of victory, kind of.
Right.
So when you're in a negative number, that means that you're.
Then your average game you're losing
by a whole lot.
Right.
I mean, a number like negative 65, this early in the season is pretty rough.
That's horrible.
The pitching numbers pretty much support this stat right here. I mean, the team ERA is 4.70, which is 26th in the league. They have 126 walks allowed. They acquired Jared Weaver in the offseason, and he really has not panned out. He's off to one of the worst starts in any of the pitchers in 2017. He's 0-4 with a 6.05 ERA. In May alone, he already has 12 earned runs. 12 earned runs in May. And, another one of their pitchers, Clayton Richard, he's 2-4 with a 4.34 ERA. And, in May, he has 6 earned runs and 12 innings pitched. So they're not pitching well. And on top of that, they are also not batting well.
Right. But it kind of sucks because Manuel Margot is doing pretty good. His the past few at bats, his last.
Join the Just a Bit Outside crew every Monday 8 to 10 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Yay! Guess who's here with us, guys?
I finally made it. I made it. I apologize for being late.
That's all right. But we glad that you made it. You made it here safely. Don't rush. Don't fly through the streets.
As long as she takes
her time. That's all that matters. We don't want her rushing, getting tickets and things like that to get to the show. So we want you to be safe. Yay!
Miss T, the busy bee's been doing big things, so there's always a reason when she's late. There's always a reason why she's late.
She's a hard-working woman.
She
is.
Hey,
hard-working woman.
we call her the busy bee for a reason.
Yeah. Speaking of hard-working women, guess what I did today? I took a leap of faith, and I put my hair prices on Instagram.
Okay.
And I know that sounds like something that's so little.
And I saw that.
It's hope.
Let's get it.
That means you're open for business. That's what that means.
I need business.
She open for business. Yeah.
And
Look.
I had to do it, and I finally did it.
There you go.
It's like, okay, I got it. Boom.
Good
now
job.
I gotta do the second step. I have like so many steps that I gotta get.
I gotta put it out there. I gotta put it out there. I gotta put it out there. I gotta put it out there.
Okay.
Give me 5 seconds.
All right.
Miss T, the busy bee.
Stop rhyming. I don't know anything.
Unknown character. When it comes to doing hair products, skin products. Y'all doing big things. I have to leave someone as a ghost. You're one. I have to leave the other person as a ghost individual. Because I don't know if she wants all this media attention yet. Because she's trying everything out. But what I've seen, I'm like, yo, you about to take the industry to a whole nother level.
Oh, that's what's up.
Let's just say cocoa butter just got renamed on a whole different dynamic.
Don't be teasing us, Mark. We ladies, we want the details.
Right, you can't
just be leading us on like that.
Right. I'm trying to tell you.
I'm just sitting here.
You building it too.
I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, so what you gonna say next? All right. Okay. Don't rush him. Just be patient.
He's gonna say it,
right?
And then he does it.
I can't because I have to have her let me know
that her is
when to.
I don't know what.
I thought it was you. I was like, it's Tiana.
Nah.
Raised by T. What you see is what you get. You want it, get it. You need it, make an appointment. Miss T, the busy bee, she's got you on so many different levels.
And I travel.
Throughout the DMV.
That's nice.
Nice.
Now, see,
if she's available,
that's the part. Right
she's got you.
Right. The
especially
if
for
the price is right.
Dr. Wren over here.
But this other thing. When the individual tells me let it loose and throw it out there and do this and advertise and I can't wait because it's about to be what Biggie say, it's about to be all kinds of juicy. It really is because she doing big things. hair products, skin products.
We are very proud of Miss T,
wait.
the Busy Bee. She's,
I
like you
can't
said,
wait.
her name is the Busy Bee for a reason. Entrepreneurship is definitely headed her way. We proud of you, girl.
Yeah.
Gotta get
Well,
out
I'm
here.
glad. I'm glad you made it, and I'm so glad that you took that leap of faith. Like any leap of faith is relative to the person, so I can't necessarily empathize, but I definitely understand what it feels like to put yourself out there. Period. In any form, fashion. Like we were talking about social media, like literally before the show, and I said sometimes I just can't do it. Like I can't do it, and so I went on this small hiatus, and it caused a friend to call another friend that I'm not even roughly friends with and ask if I was sick. You know, so I need to be more present. Apparently.
Right. Yeah, I've been told that I need to be on my social media more because of my okay. So I've been told that I need to be on my social media more. And like usually, okay, my social media goes, okay, you get a picture of me, you get a picture of the show, you get a picture of something else, you might get a picture of some encouraging words, you get a picture of feed the homeless. Like this is like how my month literally goes, and then it starts over. Repeat. But now, like, I guess if I'm going to be the busy bee, I have to really show how busy I really am. And like just doing everything that I'm doing, and it's not just me, it's just me building my own brand. Like there's so many other different things. Like I can build my own brand as a radio show host. That's cool. Like an internet radio show host, but I also have a master's. Like I also have.
You're the brand.
Like,
you are the brand.
Like I feed the homeless, so like I have a lot of things that I can offer, and I'm very, very, very resourceful. So like I guess I'm gonna start using my social media more. Thank you, Miss Be Inspired. Because I'll be paying attention.
Right.
YouTuber, and like
I'm not great at it. Don't take it from
You're not great at it, but your shows be on point. So
thank you.
It goes somewhere. You get a lot of views for a reason. So
thank
you. People are following you.
That's right.
I need all four of you ladies, because you're all four in the Baltimore area. And I'm going to do the same thing. Get in contact. My man Shorty. Shorty Bootleg Barbecue. There's a young lady that wants to do a significant event in Baltimore to highlight Baltimore in a positive way.
Okay.
She wants to do it sometime in April or May. She doesn't have
this April or May?
Yes. She doesn't have a date yet. She doesn't have anything scheduled yet. Shorty, within her message, he posted a message, "What do you need from me?" I didn't want to post anything because I had to get with my ladies first. First and foremost, I had to get with the boss and find out what's what. I had to find out, hey, is there any way we can coincide with a Feed the Homeless weekend? That way we can have Kiera in town at the same time, because she's in Newark. So, you know, we got if we can do it in that type of scenario, we got to have Kiera in the mix. But then we got to have Faun the skater in the mix. We got to have the doctor in the mix. We got to have Miss Be Inspired in the mix. And with Be Inspired, you know what you get? You know what you get?
What's that?
You get them girls.
Right.
Them girls.
That's the other.
Wow, them girls.
Them girls.
All about that.
Because like when I think of her, because like I have a thing where I know you all from a certain thing. Like I think of you with Blizzard.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna call him.
And Blizzard.
That's what we called him, because he was not an intern.
Come on, Blizzard.
At the end, but you know, the intern.
Yeah.
Like when that's how I saw you. You know, the mom, the wife.
Yeah.
You know, I never really like that. Wasn't like my
She geeking.
in to see you with them girls. So that, even though I knew it existed and I know what you guys do and everything, that was not the first thing that came to my mind. I was thinking about your children.
Right, because that's
I was thinking about your children.
Family is
I literally were thinking about your children, and I was like, well, what about my son?
Right.
Like, he can't come.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
Everyone is welcome, all ages. Come on now.
I have a question for you, ladies.
Wrong with that?
Since you know Tiana is now coming into this new butterfly stage of life, what would you give her as advice to help her in her marketing and things that she's doing?
Oh, that's good.
Because we got two phenomenal women here that are doing entrepreneurship ventures. Right? I mean, they don't even have to do a 9 to 5 anymore. Just them being phenomenal is enough. So what are you ladies doing? How do we get to be phenomenal too?
I didn't start out trying to be phenomenal. I tried to be authentically me. And if that was marketable, if that was something that someone was interested in, then that was what it was. But I did it for me. Like, I wanted to sit on a platform and talk about the things that I like to talk about, as taboo as they are. And that's just what I wanted. And I would have been just as happy with 3 views as I am with 3,000 views. You know what I mean? Like, I just had to be me. And I needed more than just the stage. I needed more than just, you know, on other radio shows or other talk shows, you know, being a guest on other people's. I needed a way to direct more instead of being so reactive, being more proactive about my own path, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So, like, what you guys witness, and as it goes, it makes mountains because my life has mountains. So my show does it too, you know, along with everything else. It's responsive. It's organic. Like, it grows. It has its own pulse at this point. It is just doing its thing.
It's doing its thing. I mean, we in chairs at a table. You got a couch.
Wow, because it's salacious
couch. Big things over there.
Salacious couch, you know. But I would suggest that do what you love. Do what makes you happy. Do what makes you get up in the morning. Do what makes you never feel tired. Do the things that, you know, will inspire you to grow, to mature, to become the next level of yourself. You know, I mean, I think of people's lives and I feel like they do a constant blossoming like a flower, you know, and it kind of falls as the new blossom keeps coming. Do the things that feed you.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? The outcome, when you put in that level of powerful, positive energy, the outcome will always be positive and everyone around you will be affected. So if your goal is to help people, you know what I mean? Like, that's the way to do it. Love, just unconditionally throw it at all the things that you love.
You have to. You have to.
You know, it will organically grow. You can't skip any steps. You know, there's no leap. She was like, let me,
you know,
she was like, I can do that.
No, let me.
No, what's the skip any steps? I had to hear that.
You can't skip any steps. It has to grow like a child. You have
anything
to
that
nourish
growing
it.
is patience.
It's patience. You ever plant a seed and wait for it to bud? It takes forever. It seems like it takes, or even just put a pot of water on the stove and you're waiting for it to boil. Like, and it seems like it's gonna take forever. It's the same thing. You just gotta wait and let it boil. And
can't make out what you said.
Water hot in the sink first.
Right. Thank you for that, Dr.
Do the door thing, I guess.
Thank you, Dr. Avery.
I guess I'll, okay, in 2 minutes,
I'll be inspired.
I like that.
What kind of advice can you give here for Ms. Blossom and Butterfly
I agree with
Tiana?
everything that Dr. Wren said. But one thing is, you know, I always knew I was great. I always had that intuition that I was great. The connection was between me knowing that and me accepting that. And a lot of times what happens is we have that greatness, but then when we get around other people, we diminish our light. We diminish who we really are. You know, and that is not how it's meant to be. Because every single gift that we have it's meant to fulfill us, but it's always meant to build up somebody else.
That's you.
So
that's me too.
Your gift to do hair, honey, that's going to fulfill you. But you don't know how many people you want to come in contact with that's going to change their life.
You so put that energy in, it can't help but explode out.
Yes.
It can't help it.
Yeah. So yeah, 1 minute. I'm gonna be quick with it. So you've already started your process in 30 seconds. I can do it. You've already started your process. Give yourself a pat on the back. Seriously.
Absolutely.
Because you already took a step by putting yourself out there. Now you just gonna have to be consistent with it. So every time you feel that little hesitation in your belly, you really literally gotta be like, just relax every limb in your body
and just do it.
And don't flow into that. Flow into the opposite thing is I'm gonna post something. And once you get into the flow of it, it'll just happen. Yeah, because for me, I'm a natural type of person to not want to put myself out there. You know, I'm an extroverted introvert, so I only do enough. Okay.
Yes.
Me too.
If I don't have someone close to me. Oh, okay, guys. All right. So there's this thing that we call a break that we have to go on. We're going to be gone for a little bit, and we'll be back. We have to pay some bills.
About 5 minutes.
You follow us on Instagram at Skylyne SKYLYNE_foundation_2016. And make sure you finish watching our show at BeExposedRadio.com. So good.
First they love you, then desert you. Leave with a plate full with no spoon. Ain't no space, I can't escape negativity. I got used to the taste. I've been bad, burned, then fucked over. But remain strong through the Passover. Kicking haters out of the way like masked over. Roll up, sip something, let it pass over. Who would I be? It ain't the man to me that let the next man take advantage of me. When that storm come, no pan I see. Get with it, not without it, then you'll see. I peep the haters, they know I'm greater. That's why they buzzing for the elevator. But I can't save it, it'll be too loud on the pedal stool. Don't carry favors, always got your hand out demanding favors. When I just looked out, now you need more paper. I can't breathe, give me 3 feet. I never let y'all be the death of me. When my patients run out there, yeah, nigga OT. Cause they wanna see me down like I'm NCT. 6 words, get the fuck away from me. Say I help you out if you can help yourself. I keep it G till I DIE. Now excuse me while I get back to PC. HOP ain't losing sleep while your third eye always on me. I'm steady.
We're rewarding you for something you already do, listening to us. It's radio loyalty, and it's an easy way for you to get free stuff. All you do is sign up. Go ahead and click the banner now. You'll earn points as you listen. Points you can trade in for great products and services in the Radio Loyalty store. You can earn even more points when you share your favorite station with friends on Facebook and Twitter. Radio Loyalty. It's free to sign up, so click the banner to join now.
Take a minute and listen to this flashback of the old school Bruja radio show.
Give her a second to answer that. Oh, can I have one more question for the cards.
You're like an internal bleeder. Can't see your pain, but it can silently kill ya. So deeply wounded, but don't say a thing. Too afraid of what the people may say or think. So you just sit there and you suffer in silence. Your pride won't let you just uncover your secret. Don't wanna look weak in your image, it ain't worth losing. So you just act as if it's nothing happening. God sees you, and God hears you. Yes, God loves you. You're like like an internal bleeder. Can't see your pain, but it can silently kill ya. Suicidal, depressed, but you won't say a thing. Too afraid of what the people may say or think. You feel alone even though the people surround you. Popping pills every night.
Well, Jason, I've got to tell you, you're pretty much everything this company is looking for in an entry-level candidate.
Great.
Your resume isn't quite what we're used to, but you've got a fantastic work ethic.
Thank you.
And I'm impressed by how you carry yourself.
So, should we talk about the job?
What? The job? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I have no way of recruiting or even meeting you. This interview didn't happen.
It may sound ridiculous, and that's because it kind of is. There's a huge pool of talent your company is missing out on. Meet the grads of life. Who are they? Talent worth knowing about. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Man, we really could have used him.
Don't miss out on a resource many innovative companies have already.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Yeah, we're back.
Once again, thank you always, our Skylyne Radio Show. Thank you always, guys, for tuning in every Wednesday from 7 to 9. We appreciate your support every Friday. Every Wednesday.
Yeah, every
week.
Wednesday. You must have like a set schedule that you go through throughout the week, because you always say something about a Friday. Do you go out every Friday? Is that your skate night day?
Skate night is actually Thursday.
Oh, my party day is Thursday too.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The question is she in town or out of town?
I'm in town these days. So I ain't about going nowhere. But
they call her the skate queen for a reason.
Ladies, I do have a question. Okay. Because we were just talking about schedules. Like, do you all have like a set weekly schedule outside of like your show? Of course, you have to be here, your show. But like throughout the week, like, do you have a day where you restart the week and then you gotta plan it out, and then like every day is something different, or do you just like go with the flow? Like, how does that?
I plan out like maybe things that are happening months in advance, but as far as just like my week goes, not really. Like I probably should. It would be helpful because I'm a mom mostly, not because of any kind of like income work type situation, but I really don't, because I'm just past that. Like I'm so overthinking everything, because I felt like that in itself was stunting me, that I needed to like start just like believing in myself and just believing in my ability, and then just kind of letting it flow. Like for real, like, because otherwise I would die. Like I'm just like, I'm tired. I cannot. No, I'm tired. Like she said, the grind is hard. The grind is hard. You know, I love what I do. Like I love what I do everywhere. The radio show, construction, mentoring, you know, like counseling, teaching. I love it all. Love mommying, the whole 9 yards. I love it all. But it's a lot.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I wouldn't give it up for the world. But trying to structure it out, it won't. You know what I mean? It won't. It won't jive.
I'm the opposite.
That's not the life.
Yeah.
You know, too much is you go, you come. When opportunities come, you go with it. Not set 9 to 5.
Like I still set out intentions, but I can't define a week. That's too defining, too limiting to me. You know, like I don't want to think in a week. Like the whole point is to like you be global. I want to think in years, and you know, this is what I'm doing this far out, and it's this big. I don't want to think about what I'm doing on Tuesday.
And see, I'm the opposite.
You know,
I've actually gotten to a place in my life where I have to structure it.
Okay.
And because I had so many moving parts in my life that I had to sit down, and shout out to Tamika McCoy, who is the newest member of my team for Be Inspired Global. She's the administrative director, and I actually brought her on because she had me do an exercise where I sat down and wrote down everything that I was doing. And when I looked at it, I was amazed. Like, how am I even doing this? And sometimes I'm not doing any of it well because I have everything for me
crumbled out.
You know, so having that piece really helped me to organize my life, and now I'm more at peace. So I'm not all frazzled because I got a meeting in 30 minutes, and here it is 2 minutes before the meeting. You know, so, and then putting that on the calendar is visual for me, so I can see it. Now, it doesn't mean I'm going to make everything that's on my calendar, because there may be times where, okay, I need to reschedule this because I got the kid thing to do or whatever. But at least I have it in an organized place where I can see it, I can follow it, and it's made my life so much more. It flows better. I'm able to fit things in where there's space. If it's not, like if I have a day where I have homework because I'm in grad school, if I have homework this day,
and see,
I'm not having a meeting. Don't put it on my
all
schedule.
of this makes sense now.
You see,
when I was in school, I was definitely all of school. I mean, from high school on, I had a very structured week. I think that's where I'm at, is that I just had to be so structured for so long. Like, because when I was in school, there was no way. You can't do it. School is a game changer.
It is. And I was the opposite way. I wasn't organizing at first.
It's a whole career.
It's another job.
It's a whole career.
Even when I was in grad school, guess what?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Even when I was in grad school, like at one point in grad school, I was working 3 jobs and going to grad school.
I can account for it.
Yes. And he was right there by my side.
And they were all 3 in a run of mills, and I was like, well, damn. You ain't got to go nowhere.
So wait, is that like, I mean, is that like the job you get when you're in school? Because like I even had the job in grade school.
She was going to school, and she had 3 jobs.
I don't want to do that, but
but even outside of that, it just helped.
I had money to make, and I was in school, but it was really structured. Like by Thursday, I needed to know what my following week schedule was for all 3 of my jobs. I needed to make sure I was able to put in this space. Okay, I can sleep. Because I had to write that down. Like, okay, after I get off work, I will do grad school homework. I will fall asleep with my laptop and my grad school books all wide open. My sister would come in my room, turn off my TV and my light for me. Like,
that's where I was, and that's where, and I think that's why, so, like, you know, you wanted to be this entrepreneur. Like, I know, but I went into this thinking I wanted time freedom. That was the whole idea of having my own ways of doing things. Even when I was a contractor, it was still a time freedom because you had a control over it. It's almost time. But because like I had to be so structured for so long, I think I am rebelling.
I got it.
It does happen
for me, because I think after grad school, all I wanted to do was relax, and now trying to get back into it, it's just like.
Like I really feel like finding my own path was almost a rebellion against what I had been taught or told for so long that I had to be in this I had to fit in this box. And after I didn't have to fit in that box anymore, I don't want to fit in any box anywhere, not even just that box, all the way. Completely.
Yeah, I think you just have to find a healthy balance.
But see, I think that's where I'm not. Finding a healthy balance between actually scheduling something, because I need to do that better. Because like I said, I should have taken off.
And on that note, we're going to continue on the fabulous women's life and today's career women with our special guest, Miss Be Inspired. And the doctor, she worked hard for that title. She told me that. She was like, yeah, I'm going to need you to do that.
I don't go around broadcasting anything but shit.
We got,
a lot of people went into that title right there.
We got my fabulous 2 co-hosts here, Miss T, the Busy Bee, and Faun, the Skater. And we'll be right back in about 2-3 minutes after we pay these bills on Be Exposed Radio.
Why would you treat yourself like that? We didn't come this far just to fall right back. Don't lose yourself, stay on track. Baby, you're a god. Baby, you're a god. Believe that. Full of the things that we've overcome.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. With millions of YouTube views, shares, Instagram likes, followers, and fans across the globe. But what do all these amazing pets have in common? Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a shelter or adoptable pets near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard? Well, that's entirely up to you. Visit theshelterpetproject.org and hear more about Hamilton the Pug, Toast, and Keyboard Cat's amazing adoption stories. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Your perfect pet is just a click away at theshelterpetproject.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Hour left, ladies.
Oh, that's it?
So anything y'all want to talk about that we haven't given you the floor yet for?
No.
I like to check in with you because I can always redirect the attention right to what you want and lead you into what you want to do.
Whatever you just plug the
Here
workshop.
we go with the coldness.
So like,
the okay.
Like it just got cold.
We gonna blame it
I was about
on
to say,
you.
I'm getting ready to put my
We're gonna blame it on both of y'all.
What?
It's always, well, it ain't to me. You know, I'm from the
It's
shy.
always cold in here. And my show is after you with all this heat in here first, and then I come in after you and we still freezing.
Right. Maybe energy into the room, but definitely
never
not
cold.
climate change.
Of course you aren't.
Cause you hot.
I love you.
Cause you hot inside.
No.
He got that internal furnace. He got that internal furnace.
No. We both know
Oh, y'all.
why you're not cold, and we just going to leave it at that. We know.
We're on.
Hey, whoa. We are back. That was the biggest bloopers.
I got my barrel. Oh my god.
That was the biggest bloopers we had, guys. We didn't know we were back on air. Oh my god.
It does.
Yeah. Oh, that's what happened.
So our producer didn't know we couldn't hear him.
Oh, he just came in like, hey. I'm like, oh crap, you know.
Right.
So anyway, you could have just having a moment talking with each other. So.
Just so that you have I guess an idea.
Yeah.
It's a bit chilly in the studio, and it's typically a bit chilly. And everyone is a bit chilly in this studio all the time, except Mark.
Right.
It feels good in
I
here.
just had to throw that out.
He brought his own heating system in the room.
Yeah, he brought his own heating
His
system.
hands are even warm.
Yeah, don't eat
And we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, spring. Well, look, the good thing, spring is coming near. Spring is
not fair.
We actually
don't feel like.
Don't we spring forward this week?
Yes. Spring forward.
So we spring forward this week, guys, on Saturday. So move those clocks forward. We're about to have more sunlight. Thank you, God. More sunlight.
I'm excited.
Thank God.
Because it's been cold.
I wanted to get this out.
I love her.
Shout out to my man, my brother, my mentor, Derek Chase.
D Chase.
Shout out to D Chase. Shout out to I don't remember her last name.
Just give it a first.
Miss Letitia? Miss Hennon for Baltimore City Schools. I don't know if you're in Howard County, but I'm going to say it anyways. Miss Maureen, I'm not going to give your last name. I don't know if you watch the show, so I don't know if you tune in, but I don't want to put you all the way out there. if you don't want to be out there. But I wanted to give a shout out to 3 teachers that I do know personally. We want to start doing a speaking engagement with elementary school, middle school, high schools. Derek Chase can make that happen.
True.
Derek Chase can make that happen with whatever school you're involved in. Nothing to take away from boys. We need leaders for boys that are growing up to become today's leading men. But I got 4 fabulous women in here that are very interested in talking and schooling today's come up for young ladies becoming today's leading women.
We all saw the shift this election. Y'all need to be prepared.
Yes.
Anything that you have to say, starting with me inspired.
To what? The women? To the young ladies? Or just in general?
Speak your mind.
Okay.
You have a platform. You have a platform.
Like, okay. No, I think you gotta always be ready. But yeah, no. Right. But in terms of young people, I feel like, yes, as a community, we need to be investing in them, period. If you're fortunate to have any type of platform, any type of influence in the community, in the city of Baltimore, or wherever you are, I'm not limiting it to Baltimore. If you're in a whole different state, if you're in Chi-Town, wherever you are, if you have any type of platform, any type of influence, you have an obligation, I'm saying it just like that, to invest in our youth. Because one day, the platform you are on is going to be some other young person's platform. Absolutely. Some office that you're sitting in, some cubicle that you're in, some political office that you're holding, a person that is young today is going to turn around and be that person who's leading us. And if we're not investing in them, if we're not teaching them, if we're not pouring into them, if we're not sharing wisdom with them, then there's going to be a continuation of what we see already in our political environments. And I will put it like that. So we got to be careful. We got to be mindful. And, you know, personally, as Miss B Inspired, I lead by example. So my life is an example. I try to live it such that my children can learn something from it, people that are connected to me. So even if I'm not able to go into the school systems like I want yet, only because I don't have the resources as I want them just yet, but my life absolutely is an open book. And that's how I live it. So I think anybody who has a platform, who has any type of influence, and yes, I'm repeating myself because it needs to be said, you have an obligation to your community. I think a lot of celebrities get it twisted. When you put yourself out there in the public and in the forefront, in some ways, yes, you're in a position where you are going to be influencing the way people think, the way they act, how they spend their money. And I think it's responsible for you to consider how you're influencing our communities. And so that's my 2 cents. Boom.
Thank you.
That's right. And I just want to add on to what Miss B Inspired said. Common sense, you think that people should know what things are, but common sense isn't common. It's not. And so there's always that problem that comes when we don't empower the next person. Because it's always that information isn't passed on to the next person. And so you get that gap that's between one community from the next, and it's that weird division that we don't need to have. Like let's say cooking. You would think that everyone knows how to cook, but not everybody doesn't know how to cook. And it's because people, you know, they haven't taught that person how to cook. You know, so it's like you think, oh, because you're a girl, I'm supposed to know how to cook. No, if nobody's home teaching you how to cook and no one's, you know, spending time with you on cooking lessons, then you're just not going to know how to cook. And McDonald's is going to be what you're going to be taking.
How to cook too.
You know,
they don't come out the house married to some women. Right. You know what I mean? They need to eat properly when they're single.
They need to learn how to take care of themselves.
That's just
you know, don't be relying on somebody to do it for you.
That's the lesson I feel like.
Yes.
Like needs to be taught. It's not a girl versus boy or a male versus female chore. You know, it's about knowing how to take care of yourself.
I find so many men now
I mean? Just
asking every female, "Do you know how to cook? Do you know how to cook?" Because so many women do not know how to cook a home cooked meal, and you know that's because maybe they weren't really brought up with that in their household, or if they were, they don't care.
Right.
You know, but it's just another example where I'm trying to get with that. You have to always do that conversation with each other to teach each other, because then if you don't, then you just get people not know how to do things, because it's not common for everyone to know the same information if you don't share it.
I mean, there's power in collaboration. It's a lost art in a way, because we've become so self-centered in our societies by way of entertainment, what we see on TV. Everything is teaching you to, me and mine, I'm getting my paper, I'm getting my whatever, and it's less about community. 30, 40 years ago, that's all we had was our community. Right. You stepped outside the door, "Hey, Miss So-and-so, how you doing? Are you okay?" But now we're stuck on our phones, we're scrolling, we
can care less almost, like if somebody's going, we could watch a crime and still be like,
"Oh,
it ain't me," and keep walking around, like out the door.
Compassion.
See a crime and film it. We don't even help. We just whip the phone out and just record it.
That's crazy. Our go-tos have changed.
Yeah, it's like, oh, let me record it instead of let me stop this. Let me help this. The answer isn't to be proactive. It's just to be reactive and try to get video footage instead of helping the situation.
About the video footage that really bothers me, and I lie to you not, is the fact that people really put aside they put so much pride into getting the video footage.
And people are fighting have you seen the so-and-so video yet? Oh my God, let me find it. Man, I saw it yesterday.
And then it goes viral.
What?
There's
so many unnecessary viral videos, which is fine. Do what you do, let people get rich off this. Catch me outside, how about that? She got rich off of that.
You get paid.
She did. Y'all allowed her.
People get paid, but you're not getting a dime.
She got rich off of disrespecting her mom.
What's the point in it?
Can y'all just stop whipping out these videos and tell these kids about themselves and make sure they understand that they are doing wrong? Not even kids.
Because the lesson is gone. The lesson has been lost.
Because now we're teaching people to be desensitized in what's going on around you, and just at this point,
now it's becoming acceptable behavior. What used to be absurd is now acceptable behavior.
Oh well, that's just them. That's just them as an excuse.
Right, you're hurting people, or you know what I mean. That's embarrassing.
It's not an excuse.
Ignorance. That's all this is.
It's not an excuse when they're the person on the other side of the window at the DMV. When you and you didn't do anything to give them any people skills, communication skills, you name it. These life skills are lost for our young people, because and shout out to educators who do try, because in a lot of instances the system doesn't allow them to do a lot. Your pay is restricted, your resources are restricted. So shout out to all of the educators out there who have to deal with our children and have to do it with limited resources. So my blame is not on educators. Responsibility is with the parents first, and a lot of times children are in broken homes, especially now, because generation before, the communities was infiltrated with drugs and with things that broke our community down. And so now what you have is the fallout of that. So now you're dealing with children who were bred out of broken homes, raising another generation. And so that cycle is there, whether we believe it or not. So those of us who understand it, or as they say, are woke, and have those platforms and those influences, live your life in such a way that others can be influenced by it. Every day I live, there's somebody coming up to me saying, "I appreciate what you do." And it's only because I committed myself to, one, I have children of my own, two of them that, if I'm not doing it, who else is going to? So I've taken the responsibility, my husband and I, although we're not perfect, we're working each and every day in front of them so that they can see it doesn't matter. Yes, I'm 36, going on 37 years old, and I'm in grad school. But the fact is they get to see me walk across that stage, and then they know it's possible for them. So,
and they'll do it just a little bit better than you.
Yep. And that's the goal.
You just want your children to just do a little bit better than you, so that every generation improves on the one prior to it. But the problem is that's not always happening. Not as of late. We've just seen a large shift. You know what I mean? In just the global environment, like a large shift. You know, where the Generation Xers are coming into power. The millennials are grown. You know what I mean? They're having children of their own. We got Zennials and was iGens running iGen. I think it's our children's age. iGens running around.
That's the new
everybody. They are grouping everybody.
Millennials up finally.
Yes, because we're not all millennials. We're not. Those of us who became adults on the turn of the century we're considered the millennials. But now you have 2 other generations that have come after that.
Oh, okay.
The
20-something to the teen-year-olds there, and then you got the ones up until the kids.
I knew we had the Z's. I didn't know now the I's.
The Z's have children.
Yeah, the Z's have children. Now we got the I's. Okay.
Can we just slow down? And like I keep seeing these articles talking about how America or some areas are not pre-populating enough, but can we just put a hold on all pregnancies?
I have to be honest. In America, I wouldn't even want it though, because if it meant a pause across the, because there are some wonderful mothers.
There is no
Speaking of yours, like there's
like,
oh,
thank
well,
you.
I'm just, I remember her. You know,
everybody.
So I wouldn't, but I do feel like there needs to be.
Right.
I'm not saying there aren't good fathers out there, but we were just talking about pregnancies.
It's
fathers can't get pregnant.
Right.
You know, and we're talking about women. And we're talking about women.
Never. They still can't. Even
so with that being said, I believe there should be some sort of licensing procedure prior to giving birth. I think once you are pregnant, you should go through something like shit. You got to go to school to drive a car, but you don't have to go to school to raise a child.
Right.
I didn't even know how to put on a diaper.
Like what?
You know what I mean? Like, and that should be what it is.
But they give you a crash course.
I had to learn all
that.
at the
I feel like it should have been a crash course, but you know.
I feel like there's so many internal changes that we can do amongst ourselves that will make so much of a difference in America alone. Like starting with the education system, like throw in there some financial literacy and you know do all of that. Like I understand.
How about being able to go through undergrad for free?
Right, that too. Actually, Maryland did all of their community colleges starting this fall 2019. Everyone who's listening, the community colleges got you. I will be there. They are actually allowing free tuition for anyone who graduated this year or graduated within the last 2 years. You get free tuition from any community college in Maryland. If you are listening or you are trying to go to school,
you have to be a Maryland resident?
Yes.
You have to be within the state of Maryland.
Yeah, and if you are listening and you are trying to go to school for free, hop on that train right now because you never know how long that's going to last.
Right.
You get your first step into even getting certifications for free.
Right.
Getting, you know, you might just have an associate's degree, but getting that associate's degree
is
that's where I started.
It's a start.
Right.
It's a start.
That's
You don't even down that or vocations because it's an amazing feat.
Like and so I'm gonna let y'all know now we have a break. And I was really getting into it. But we do have a break that we need to go on, and we'll catch you all in a little bit. Make sure you all pay attention to be
BeExposedRadio.com.
Exposed Radio.
Well, if you made them, take care of them.
Yeah, that's
period.
The real. That's the real deal.
It's period.
Right. And all that old money shouldn't go toward this, money should go to if the child is with one of the parents 24/7, 7 days a week. You don't even come get your child every day. You come get your child once a month maybe, or once every 3 months.
Right.
You cannot dictate where that money goes Especially if the child ain't calling you about nothing. Now, if the child calling you every week, then you might can question about where the child support is going. But if every time you pick up the child, they look nice, they ain't complaining about nothing, why are you worrying about where the money go at?
It is what it is. Radio.
Long live Pop. Y'all can go ahead and cry now. I'ma show these niggas what to do at one of your beats, man. I am Gas, by the way. Strong woman story should have been on CNN. Nobody knows what it's like being Gwen. Windows closed in the house, it ain't no CNN. Can't gain weight for years, she been being thin. Single mother, no help from the system. When they was giving out food stamps, she missed them. Birth certificate, baby daddy, she couldn't list them. But her son was so beautiful when she kissed him. Blame it on love, but nigga she could've died with. Destroyed the whole world and found out she was a side chick. The nigga loved his wife and it got hard to hide it. So when Gwen confronted him, he ain't even denied it. Her fault, depends on who you asking. She tried to be a stripper, but the tip out was taxing. Buying all the purses, trying to keep up with the fashion. And her mama hated baby sitting with a passion. She deserved better circumstances. A black queen, she should've been blessed with certain chances. Look down upon, getting all the hurting glances. Making men change up all the twerking stances. She never cried about the pain, only gritted her teeth. But most soldiers never get a flower or a wreath. She like G.I. Jane in the war with no relief. Don't recognize why killers was going through her beef. She said more prayers than the nun did. After seeing so much struggles with only one kid, the clinic said baby number 2 couldn't be undid. 9 months later, delivery and it's one big. But this time it was an older dude. But the shit happened so fast, she barely know the dude. Damn, but we all make mistakes though. And the older we get, that's how mistakes go. So he claimed the baby, now with no money. He said shit was hard and his dollars was kind of funny. Wren was feeling like that was strike 2. So when it rains and pours, that's just how life do. She was thinking about her childhood and how life flew. A daddy she always loved, but she never quite knew. This was before the bags and the cellulite grew. Other bitches in her shoe, no telling what they might do. You lose a lot of friends, they start to despite you. Passing judgment when they don't got the right to. And even though I love the gangsters, the same for the gangsters.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Coming up. So, Miss Be Inspired, you have an event coming up in the next week or so.
I do.
Please share with the audience what's happening.
Okay, so yes, Be Inspired Global is hosting its second broadcast media workshop. Broadcast Media Workshop, your voice, your brand, your message. It is going to be at the Palladium, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. and that's on March the 16th. And you can go to www.beinspiredglobal.media to register. The tickets are just $20, and our speaker is none other than Deborah Franklin. She's going to be the instructor. The do's and don'ts of interviewing. So all of you who are in the broadcasting industry, or if you're interested in getting in it, this is a class you don't want to miss. There is a way to do this thing that you see these wonderful people doing.
Amen.
And you need to be trained so that you can understand how to do it. Also this Sunday, I have to give a shout out to Liberty Outreach Center because I will be there as the guest speaker for their Women's Month celebration. And I'm excited to be there with all of the women there. Diamonds in the rough. That's what we're going to be talking about.
Amen. Diamonds in the rough.
So Liberty, I will see you on Sunday at 10:30 a.m. and that's at Liberty Outreach Center. There's so much more I can say, but I wanted to just leave those 2 events with you. And I'm just excited to be working and doing what I enjoy and being in ministry and all that great stuff. So,
amen.
They can Google it.
Oh yeah, follow me on IG at Miss Be Inspired on Facebook, Miss B Inspired.
It's
pretty much everywhere.
Miss B Inspired. Just Google her and her face pops right up, guys. Google it. But you see that beautiful face pop right up, you know?
Well, my son did. Nathaniel did. I don't make a habit of going on there, but he was like, "You're famous." I'm like,
you have to be able to Google yourself. Now, unfortunately, there was an actor in like some other country that's also Dr. Wren. So if you Google Dr. Wren, you're gonna get this like weird white guy.
Well, so Dr. Avery, you got anything coming up you want to share with Dr. Avery?
Actually, funny. So 2019, I decided that like this is like a year of growth for me. A lot of spiritual growth, a lot of like feeding. I'm eating. That's why food is like crazy important to me right now. So most of the things I have coming up are like classes that I'm taking, or you know what I mean, like you know, like continuing education type situations, or like you know, taking trips and seeing things and studying things. So I'm in personal development season.
I got you.
Now, I mean, I have a few like events coming up. I think late summer, mid to late summer. Well, they're not little, but I did commit to a few events this year. But overall, the theme is to, you know, like I have to rethink. You know, every so often you have to look at your brand and start filling in holes and figuring out where you're strong and where you're weak, and you know, decide what's important, what's not, because a lot of times you need to streamline, because this is the age of technology. Things need to be fast and instant.
Right.
You know, so you have to figure what that means. You know, I mean, it's scary and complicated, but great at the same time.
Yeah, we all have our seasons,
you know?
where you now, right now, you're in the season of development, learning, like you said, feeding yourself, not just physically, but spiritually, mentally, you know, emotionally. And then at some point, she's ready to start planting and cultivating again.
All
that again, you know.
Like, you know, and in this season, I'm doing more like personal thoughts to people who are close.
Oh man.
Damn it.
It's over.
Can we get a minute?
Like
Can we get a minute?
The other people coming in. And
you gotta close out.
Yeah, it's my show.
Watch this.
Shucks. I'm sorry. I'm kicking them out. No.
I need 30 seconds. I need 30 seconds. I gotta do this. Thank you, Miss B Inspired. Thank you, Dr. Wren. Miss Global.
Miss
B.
Big what?
Be Inspired
Be
Global.
Inspired Global.
Company. LLC.
Salacious Couch.
That's the new show. Salacious Life is still the company. So that is still in business.
Braids by T.
Twist by T.
Twist by T.
Twist by T. Skating performance this Saturday, guys.
All right.
What's the one in Baltimore?
One will be out Temple Hills, and the other one will be at the Whammies Awards in DC.
What's the skate joint in Baltimore? Right on the corner.
Shake and bake.
What's the skate rink down the street?
Shake and bake.
Shake and bake.
We just
Thursday, 8 to 12.
Shout
I'll be
out
there.
to Dave and Buster's, Chick-fil-A, Shake and Bake, SK Pizza and Subs in Crownsville off 97. Shout out to Miss Cynthia. Thank you for all the love and support. We appreciate you. Shout out to Baltimore. Shout out to DC. Shout out to Newark, Jersey.
Yes.
Kiera. Shout out to New York, Chicago, LA, New Orleans, Miami, Tampa.
Everywhere.
In the meantime, something to everyone that supports us. St. Louis.
Yes.
Shout out Kenzel, Allie, Nicole.
And
all our supporters, all our love and support. We get it from all over.
Yes.
And tune in next week, guys.
Don't forget.
As we continue, this was the midweek show, so you know it's kind of hyped because I'm kind of lit, and I kind of am happy that it's the mid show. We have 7 more weeks left. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Skylyne Foundation. You just type it in, you can find us. And we'll catch you all next week. And make sure you all stay tuned for Dr. Wren Avery show, Salacious Couch, from 9 to... It starts at 9.
Right after the show. Right after the show.
In a couple seconds.
See you all later.
Bye, guys. Take care.
I'll see you in a minute.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree.